Hello, welcome to the CDO Magazine interview series. I'm Tom Pullman, Head of Customer Success and CMO at Ahead, and we are partnering with CDO in a series of interviews with today's data and analytics leaders. Today, I have the pleasure of talking with Tiffany Perkins-Munn, Managing Director and Head of Research, Analytics, and Data at BlackRock. Tiffany, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Great to be with you. So why don't we start with this, Tiffany? Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came into your role, your current role at BlackRock.
Yeah, sure. So not to go too far back, but my official degree, my PhD, is actually an interdisciplinary degree in social personality psychology and advanced quantitative methods. And that's really just a fancy way of saying applied statistics. And the application of the work that I've done across my career has focused on using measurement and analytics to fuel decision-making and drive outcomes. So prior to joining BlackRock, I had spent close to maybe 20 years across a number of different types of financial services firms: consumer banking, corporate banking, hedge funds, investment banking, sales and trading, et cetera. And while I sit in a marketing organization now, I've also sat on sales teams. I've sat with strategy teams, with specific product teams. So I've developed an acute understanding of data in this industry in particular from multiple vantage points and how we should go about driving more value for not only clients, but a broad group of stakeholders that might impact how we are viewed, meaning financial services firms are viewed by society at large.
Interesting. Okay, so you don't come from the centralized ivory tower perspective. You were out there in all these different groups embedded. So that's an awesome set of experiences. So now you lead now. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. That's all right. I was just going to comment quickly on your ivory tower comment, because I do think it's very important to bring together academia and industry. And the work that I do on the board of the Anna Educational Foundation is really about how do we connect the practical to the experiential, right? That the research that's been being done in academia, the practical experience that's being done in industry, and how do we connect those two for a more comprehensive understanding of what's happening in the data and analytics space.
Interesting, very interesting intersection there. Well, let's talk about the program you lead now at BlackRock, which I think is a data analytics and insights program, if I have it correct. Give us a sense of what that DA&I agenda looks like at BlackRock, and what are some of your top priorities today?
Yeah, so let me just quickly clarify the financial services space, data in this space anyway. So if you think about data as two sides of a coin, on the one side, you have investments data, which is all about portfolio construction, asset allocation, investment decisions, et cetera. And on the other side is client data. So who are the clients? How do we know them? How do we meet them where they are with product, services, and solutions that they may need at any given time? So that's really where I sit, right, on that client side. And except for a short period of time that I did statistical modeling for equity derivatives traders, I've been pretty focused on client analytics. And to your question about priorities, my priorities in this space really focus on maximizing the use of data specifically as an asset, not just for interesting findings. And as you can imagine, financial services firms sit on an ever-growing treasure trove of information.
Sure.
So how do we bring, not all, but meaningful and critical pieces of data and information together to make timely, informed, impactful decisions? And how do we democratize access to that information, right? And most importantly, how do we systematize analytic efforts to drive insights? So those are really the key areas of focus for me.